What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, Trump warns presidential election result may not be known for years, as allegations grow he's undermining the USPS to rig the election. You know what? You're not going to know this. Possibly, if you really did it right. For months or for years. Because these ballots are all going to be lost. They're all going to be gone, Trump said. He's telling you exactly how he's going to rig the election. He's sabotaging the Postal Service so that the ballots are lost. Save the Postal Service. The alternative being that he's telling you the lie he will want you to believe. If he loses by a few million votes, he'll claim a few million ballots are missing. Yeah, this has been his plan all along. I have no idea who this is going to end, but I would place my bets on badly. He'll claim that he didn't lose for years. Hopefully his cellmate is the only one who has to listen. Fostering further hope, his cellmate might be Bill Barr. They're not allegations. He flat out admitted it. If no one wins, per the Constitution, Trump doesn't get to stay in the office. It gets filled by succession, which would be Speaker of the House, if she holds on to the post. I kind of like the idea of Trump being kicked out of the White House by Pelosi. And him watching her of all people undo every nasty executive order he signed. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/news, Robert Trump, the younger brother of President Donald Trump, dead at age 72. At the risk of sounding callous of a loss, I have to say I'm impressed he had stayed out of the public eye this whole time. I've never heard the man's name mentioned once before in my life. He has an entire daughter he never even hints at. Poor Tiffany. He has two sisters too. I believe one is a federal judge or something. You never hear about them either. For the most part, the press tends to leave siblings of presidents alone, other than the Roger Clinton thing because he was a dumpster fire. Then there was the Billy Carter thing. But that was before my time. One of his sisters was a federal judge, but she resigned her lifetime appointment to keep from being investigated for financial shenanigans. Mary Trump talked about this in interviews about her book. Don't forget Jeb, please clap. I purposefully didn't include him because he was a well-known politician, so it's obvious they'd talk about him, but GWB had two other brothers and two sisters and you never heard of them. For the most part. My sympathy card is in the mail. Sorts by controversial. Posted 23 minutes ago, 252 comments. Are you ready to rock? Comment section. So anyway, I started blasting. Believe it or not, the guy had a hand in ZeniMax, the parent company behind Doom and Elder Scrolls. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/World News, Germany's biggest union calls for 4-day week to save thousands of jobs. They're calling for a wage increase, probably hourly wage increase, as well as a 4-day work week. They would probably get paid less, and they would work less. I would imagine the hourly wage increase would help offset the impact of the pay cut. There will probably be a pay cut. But seeing as how these are metal workers, they're most likely going to still get paid enough to live comfortably. Money isn't everything. Better work-life balance. Back when I used to work 3 days a week, 3 by 12 with a slight bump to equate 40 hours, was the happiest time of my life. Didn't feel like a slave. Didn't even feel like I had a job. First half of the week was a slog, but even then not bad. Good working environment and co-workers. And then I had Thursday to Sunday of freedom. Miss it. I do 4 by 10. And I love it. If I want to do overtime, I can do it. And still know I got 2 days off. If not, I have 3 days off. And it's nice to get an extra day to recharge. 3 by 12 I don't think I could do on a constant basis, since I'd still like a little free time before or after work. But I can see where it's nice with the off days. It was in companies' interests to shorten working hours instead of cutting staff numbers. It ensured specialists were retained and saved on redundancy costs, said Hoffman. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/politics, Pelosi weighs bringing House back early to address Postal Service crisis. Should have never left. Should be hammering Mich and Trump for not doing crap. And besides just hammering Mich, they should subpoena the postmaster to question him about his actions on the record. Then when he refuses to show up, they should finally use their inherent contempt power to jail his but until he complies with the subpoena, it would be damn fitting since the last time it was used. In 1934, it was used on Postmaster. They should have never left. They should work from home. Use technology. This is freaking dumb. Just do it. There is no weighing to be done. I assume she's weighing losing campaign time. But stepping up during a looming crisis is better than any campaign ad. Let's all deliver mail a new underground railroad. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/politics. From golden showers to tax fraud, Michael Cohen releases explosive foreword to Trump book. Reminder that Cohen was convicted in a case where Trump is an unindicted co-conspirator. We know that Trump and Barr have several October the surprises ready. I hope the state of New York and others do too. We know that Trump and Barr have several October the surprises ready. The guy who is covered from head to toe in crap, and who's throwing buckets of crap every day at everything he can, is about to announce that Biden has some sauce on his tie. That feels like 1,000 Scaramucci's ago. Specifically, around 73 mooches. Can somebody break down these measurements for me? 1 mooch equals 10 days. Edit. Thanks for the MURICA award. Anonymous Redditor. Remember to go out and vote on November 3rd. Vote.org. 1 mooch is 11 days, which is how much time Scaramucci worked for Trump. That's an imperial mooch. Metric mooches are 10 days. Is the mooch trick system base 10 or 11? Yes. I read the foreword earlier. Of all the books released so far, this might be the one that sends him over the edge. Worth remembering, Cohen is a shady piece of crap, though. That means he's got the goods on Trump. Someone actually on the inside of the shady crap. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/politics. Judge orders Trump campaign to produce evidence of voter fraud in Pennsylvania. Demanding evidence defeats 100% of what Trump craps out of his mouth. I'll never forget when he brought out all of those stacks of paper as evidence he was divested from his business dealings, and they were actually all just blank. SNL captured it perfectly. Not just any judge, a Trump-appointed judge. Not just any judge, a Trump-appointed judge. The best part of this story. Just a month ago, Trump-appointed Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch and Kavanaugh joined the court majority and ruled against Trump blocking the release of his financial records. With that said, Kavanaugh still needs to be pulled from the bench. Just a reminder, Trump already unleashed a squad of goons to prove that voter fraud exists. The Heritage Foundation. Their findings: no more than 1,100 cases spanning from as far back as 1992. Do you have any idea how many ballots have been cast in almost 3 decades? thf-legal.s3.amazonors.com. That's their report. Edit. As another Redditor pointed out, I've actually undersold it by a decade. There are cases that go back as far as 1982. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNews show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNews show, and I'll see you tomorrow.